Coming up, the third International Symposium on Leprosy and Human Rights has been held in Addis Ababa. Ethiopian Shipping and Logistics Services Enterprise took delivery of a new vessel called Jigjiga. Rwanda's governing RPF party has won a resounding victory in parliamentary elections, securing 76% of the vote. A very warm welcome to the morning news from Ethiopian television. I'm Rahel Teklewanes. Various stakeholders renewed their commitments to strengthen their efforts to tear down stigma and discrimination against victims of leprosy and their family members. The third International Symposium on Leprosy and Human Rights has been held in Addis Ababa on Wednesday. Lalo Etala reports.
Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Nippon Foundation, has organized the third International Symposium on Leprosy and Human Rights in Addis Ababa on Wednesday. In his opening remark, Ethiopian Health Minister Dr. Kastebran Admasu noted that the symposium aims at strengthening a joint efforts to curb attitudes related to stigma and discrimination against people affected by leprosy and their families.
To safeguard and protect the rights of people affected by leprosy. So this has to be translated into actions, programs and plans in African countries. So one of the purposes of this symposium is to reinforce this commitment.
The minister said currently African nations, including Ethiopia, have managed to reduce new leprosy infections.
Many countries in Africa, including Ethiopia, have already achieved the World Health Organization's standard of eliminating, new infections of leprosy. Treatment has been available. It has been decentralized to different health facilities. In the past, patients with leprosy used to be treated only in one center. Now it is an integral part of the health system.
Mr. Sasakawa, chairman of Nippon Foundation, for his part stated, even though leprosy is curable disease through treatment, many are suffering from stigma and discrimination due to existing negative attitude and ignorance about the disease. He went on saying that the conference will help to address the challenges African nations is facing in related to the disease. The chairman has also expressed the resolution the UN General Assembly has proposed to address the challenges.
The resolution recommends governments, other bodies and actors in society to give due consideration to the accompanying principles and guidelines, or P&Gs, when they are formulating and implementing policies.
Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn, who is also the current AU chairperson, said Ethiopia will support the initiative of UN resolution.
My government, for its part, fully supports the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Anti-discriminatory employment legislation is also in place. In particular sense, practically, government support for housing programs for families affected by leprosy is available in different parts of our country. Treatment and medication for leprosy also is free.
Expressing their views, participants of the conference described awareness creation activities as crucial to minimize stigma and discrimination.
The community should have a full understanding of the disease, the curability of the disease, and so on. This is one thing that we have to focus as a strategy. The second is on prevention of impairment. So as long as we have a very nice program to early detect nerve injuries, we can reduce or eliminate the presence of impairment.
Ministry of Health disclosed that it will keep on providing various equipments and enhancing the capacity of human resources for the region so as to avert the situation.
We have been supporting our regional health bureaus and health facilities in terms of providing training, in-service training to health professionals, ensuring that the drugs are available free of charge to new leprosy patients throughout the country.
The Ministry of Education held discussion with board members of public universities across the nation and administrations on the 2012 and 13 annual performance report and envisaged its plan for the year 2014. The meeting has also given emphasis on ways of building a developmental army in different universities across the nation so as to bring about a change in the education development sector. The ministry's last fiscal year performance in terms of monitoring and following up higher education institutions indicated weaknesses due to absence of mainstreaming higher education support and follow-up by the Ministry of Education. Education State Minister Dr. Kaba Urgesa said due attention was given to teachers' development last year as part of the capacity building. Various trainings were offered for board members and university administrations in this regard. Fulfilling necessary facilities for the universities still remains a challenge, having its own impact by limiting the number of students' enrollment in higher education. Education Minister Shifarao Shigude on the occasion said every university student, should pass through a developmental army training which will be given for different university stakeholders. Ethiopian Shipping and Logistics Services Enterprise took delivery of a new vessel called Jigjiga. The latest acquisition is the seventh from an order of 9 vessels from China. Ahmed Tusa, Chief Executive Officer of the enterprise, notes that the company's capacity of transporting only 15% of the country's imported commodities now increases to 35% with the addition of Jigjiga. Transport Minister Warqaneh Gabayew, who took delivery of the vessel, visited sections of the ship. He said the new vessel will boost the nation's maritime transport. Of the 7.3 billion tons cargo that entered Ethiopia last budget year, Ethiopian vessels transported 3 billion. Gambela Regional State said it is to carry out various development projects at a cost of over 225 million birr during the current Ethiopian fiscal year. Public Relations Head of the Regional Finance and Economic Development Bureau, Mesait Age, said the projects to be undertaken are believed to benefit more than 100,000 people in the region. The projects will be undertaken with the budget allocated by the federal government to achieve the MDGs. Accordingly, hospitals, human and veterinary health posts, irrigation dams, as well as more than 190 kilometers long roads will be constructed, while expansion of nearly 10 primary schools, digging of close to 200 water wells and development of springs, among others, will be undertaken. Most of the projects are expected to go operational during this Ethiopian budget year, Mesai said. Djibouti has launched construction of a railway project to link the Red Sea nation to neighboring Ethiopia. The new Djibouti-Ethiopia railway line was launched on Monday during the third meeting of the joint Djibouti-Ethiopia Coordination Commission of the project. According to Shinwa, the project linking Djibouti to Addis Ababa will cost the two countries $600 million, which would be loaned from the China Exim Bank. China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation won the tender for the construction of the infrastructure project. Djibouti's Transport Minister Musa Ahmed said the railway line will facilitate access to different markets in the region. Ethiopia's Transport Minister Warqaneh Gabayew for his part noted the new railway line will considerably change the two countries' socio-economic landscape. The project is expected to be completed in 2 years' time. Welcome back, you're watching ETV News. A 3-day seminar on children affected by armed conflict and on Women, Peace and Security opened at the African Union headquarters. Jointly organized by the Commission, the Transitional Demobilization and Reintegration Program of the World Bank, the European Union, and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, the seminar is being attended by representatives of AU member states, regional economic communities, the World Bank, UN agencies, the EU, and civil society organizations, as well as experts. The seminar provides an opportunity for participants to evaluate the implementation status of national strategies aimed at addressing issues of children affected by armed force conflict and agree on the way forward.